Welcome to the DoLS podcast, a collaboration between students and staff in the Department of Life Sciences at Imperial College London. We're delighted you are listening and excited to be hosting this series, celebrating International Women's Week 2023. Tag along as we speak to 5 women in the department from varying career types and stages.
Hi, and welcome to this episode of the DoLS podcast. On this series, we're celebrating International Women's Week by talking to women from across the Life Sciences department, hearing about their experiences and the advice that they would give to current students maybe thinking about a career in science. My name is Nell, and I'm a third-year undergraduate on the Biological Sciences program. And today, I'm here with Dr Catalina Estrada Montes. Catalina, thank you so much for joining us today. For this podcast, we're interviewing women from the department to get a sense of the range of careers and the kind of work that are being done here at Imperial. So, to kick us off, would you mind telling us what you do, maybe in about 30 seconds?
Thank you for this invitation. I will start to tell you that I'm in Silwood Park. This is a campus outside London. So we have about 70 hectares of grasslands and woodlands that have a lot of field experiments where we test ideas on ecology and evolution and behavior. So my role as a field technician is to make sure these experiments we have run smoothly with all the treatments they need, the new experiments are set up in the right locations, and collect data of some of these experiments year after year.
Wow, that sounds like a lot to keep track of. What was it that motivated you to pursue a career as a field technician?
Well, I was trained as an ecologist, so I did a undergraduate degree in Colombia in biology. I then moved progressively to a master's degree, a PhD degree in ecology, evolution, and behavior, and a postdoc in ecology. And I was set up to do an academic job and have my own lab. And this didn't happen for many reasons. And I found this job to be the next very good thing that I could do. And I apply all my skills and actually do the part of the job I really like it, which is going out, do research, and not worry about other things I didn't like that much.
That makes sense. You've really stuck to this over like a lot of years, like your whole career.
Yes. I fall in love with ecology and being outdoors and ask questions and just observing nature in their best. And that's what I do now in my job.
Amazing. And obviously with you having done this throughout all those years, right from your undergrad through, did you have a particular role model who inspired you to work in this field right from the start, or did you sort of grow to love it over time and bump into different people? How did other people affect this career path?
Yeah, I never have one person in particular because I've been changing a lot from the beginning. As an undergrad, I dreamed to be like David Attenborough or some kind of person like that, as we all did long time ago. And then I've been admiring a lot the people I've been working close with, like my PhD advisor. His name was Larry Gilbert out in Austin, Texas. He was in love with nature, and it was contagious. He will observe nature for hours and hours and pick up the secrets of all the animals and plants. And I love to have this in my career and my life. Then I moved to my postdoc, and I was at this stage in life where I start my family, and my advisor was this role model that have a family already. She has to change her whole career after that and rebuild herself and become an academic after stopping for a few years, which is very difficult. And I admire her for that. And while she was doing that, she was also helping a lot of us in her lab. Most of us were already starting starting our own family and having career issues and all the things that women go through at that stage in life. And she was really inspirational, and I like that.
Yeah, it sounds like you got exactly the support that you needed at the right time. Yeah.
And a good example of from a lot of people.
I think ecology owes a lot to David Attenborough and his TV shows.
Yeah. Well, no, not so much in Colombia where I was at this stage, but it was. I wouldn't say Harrison Ford, but but this kind of adventures people doing, just going to places nobody has been.
Amazing. Okay, I have a really fun question now. Is there anything that you would change if you were the president of Imperial for a day?
It's a difficult one because one day is never enough. I'm passionate about sustainability and the things we can do now to improve the state of the planet and the way we live our lives that are damaging it. So if I have the power, I really look at where our funding comes from. If we could cut from links with people that are polluting the planet or just profiting without any regard of it, like oil companies, gas companies, you name it.
So we'll pretend that you're not president at Imperial for the day, but just you right now where you are. What advice would you give to someone in the department who wants to pursue a career maybe in the same field as you?
Find the things in your job or in your career that you feel passionate about and follow them and speak up and pursue what you want. Don't be shy. Just go to talk to people, make yourself known. Women tend to try to please and try to be quiet and polite and sit in the back. Don't do that. What I learned through my career is that those that get far are those that are socializing and speaking out and blowing your own trumpet, like, oh, I did this, I did that. And it's not in the nature of many people, but that's what you get. You move a little bit ahead of other competition and fell in love with the things you want, and that make it everything much easier.
That's really beautiful advice. And that actually leads really nicely into my last question for this podcast, which is, we wanted to find out something that you think is really fun or unique about your research role. So you're doing something you're passionate about. What is it that grabs you?
There is two things I love about my job. The first thing I love is I love to be in a university. I love to be among intelligent people, passionate people with the same frame of mind as I am, that love what they do, love nature and all these kind of things. Especially young students, I love their enthusiasm and how they move in life. The second thing I love the most is to be outdoors, and I've spent 6 times of the year outdoors doing many different things that keep me learning all the time. For example, last year I fell in love with plants and grasses, things I will never look at before in my life. So I found beauty in these kind of things that you ignore all the time. And this is really nice for your state of mind and your happiness in general. Being outdoors is really nice.
I agree. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Catalina, for joining us on this podcast.
Thank you, Nell.
And thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.